So hello there and welcome back to Dr. JT's It's All in My Head Weight Loss Program. I'm Dr. JT, and today I'm going to talk about my own program and the weight loss that I've had in the last nearly 4 months, which is charted right here, the chart behind me. But before I do that, I'm going to go over the 3 steps, the 3 cornerstones of this program, and they are making small changes. Don't set goals and go slow. Remember, making small changes. Make little changes. Changes that you can live with. Changes that are permanent. Changes that become habits, that become a part of your life, that in time become something normal to you. That's what I mean when I talk about making small changes. And I say, don't set goals. I think one of the big mistakes that people make in their weight loss program, their effort to lose weight, is setting goals. And everybody tells you you're supposed to set goals. But I think if you set a goal, you're going to focus on that and focus on getting there. And you're not going to pay attention to your day-to-day. You're not going to pay attention to what's happening now. You're not living for the day. You're not living for now. You're thinking about the future. And the reality is, until you get somewhere that feels comfortable, you don't really know where you want to go. Because where you want to go is somewhere sustainable, that you're happy with, that meets your lifestyle, your schedule. You can adjust your schedule. Now, you have to adjust your schedule. That may be part of the small changes that you make, but you can live with it. And you don't get the big bounce, the big rebound that so many people experience when they go out on a diet. So we don't want that. We want to avoid that. We want to eliminate that. We want to make this weight loss permanent. We want to make a permanent weight loss. And of course, a big part of that is going slow. Going slow, you're not in a hurry. If you don't set goals and you make small changes, you're not in a hurry. You're living in the moment. You're monitoring yourself. You're paying attention. You're learning about yourself. You're slowly adopting new habits. They're slowly becoming a natural part of your life. So now let me talk about my program. And over the last 4 months, I really had to go back and kind of relive my program. I'll tell you why I had to do that. So 4 months ago, I had regained some weight. And why? Well, let me backtrack just a little bit. Last year, I lived in another country. And I was living on my own. And I returned. I live in Japan, in Tokyo. I was living in Vietnam. And I decided to return to Japan because of the COVID. Wanted to get back, but was worried that the borders were going to close. Flew out just a few days before. So I got back to Japan. And when I got back, I was enjoying my wife's cooking. My wife is Italian. She's a wonderful cook. I was enjoying a lot of Italian food. Wasn't really worried about what I was eating. I kind of stopped weighing myself every day. Wasn't paying attention. I was getting exercise. I thought, okay, that's okay. And I felt like I was putting on a little bit of weight. Then I went to my hairstylist. I'm going to need a cut soon. But I went to him early July and he said, John, you've put on some weight. You're not as thin as you used to be. And I thought, I think I have. I was feeling that I had. But I hadn't weighed myself for several months since I'd gotten back. And I felt like, okay, I think I need to go back on my program. Let my program slip. Need to get back on my program and get back to making small changes and not setting goals and going slow, living in the moment, paying attention. So that's what I did. Now I'm going to put up the chart here, and let me turn to the chart because I'm going to rely on that. I was about 196, and this chart shows me on day 7 into my program. So the reason why I started there was because that's where the 7-day moving average kicks in. So now I've got my 7-day moving average, and that's in the red line, the orange red line. My daily weight is in blue, so you can see that. You can see the up and down, this general slow downward trend, but you see bumps. You'll see bumps. In most part, there were social events, maybe weekend, maybe a little bit too much to eat in one day, seeing people. That had a couple of experiences with that. I made a couple of small changes, and the first one, I reduced my bread, reduced my carbohydrates. So that was the first thing I did. I reduced my carbohydrates, cut back a bit on the pasta, dramatically reduced my bread, and I substituted rice crackers for bread. But the weight loss was slow, and there were times actually that I felt frustrated. So I can appreciate if you feel when you experience frustration, because I experienced it. But I was able to keep on going. There were moments of frustration. I said, let's just make sure I just monitor myself. Don't lose faith. Don't lose faith. I said to myself, John, I've done it before. And the interesting thing was, it was a lot harder than I realized. It was a lot of more difficult than I expected. And that was interesting. I thought that was very interesting. Then I reached a point where I had another social event, and that was in late September. And it bumped up a bit, and you can see that, the second hump. And I said, and I stepped back and I said, reassessed my program, and I said, I was eating a little bit too much and a little bit too late. I need to just make very slight adjustments. Completely cut out the rice crackers. So I was having no carbohydrates except for my morning cereal, all brand cereal, and my nut mix, yogurt, and soy milk. That's what I had for breakfast. It's a good hearty breakfast. So I went back to that. Instead of eating a little bit at 6 p.m., I pushed that back, usually not much later than 3 p.m., and very effective. It was very effective. Started losing weight again. Had another social event. Mid-October, another social event. You have those. You're going to have those. I think you have to make room in your program for that. It's a part of living. You see people. Personally, I'm a social eater, so that's what I do. So, but then I went back on my program, and you can see ups and downs, but it's been steady. And as I've gone along, I felt more confidence. Gotten my full confidence back in my program. Realized, yes, this program works. It really works. It works. Now you may say, well, look at how much weight I've lost. This is almost 4 months, and it's about, 8, not quite 9 pounds maybe. Almost 4 months. You think, well, how much is that? Well, if that's you, and you multiply that by 3, that would be about 25 pounds in a year. So that's where I've gotten to. As I say, usually my big meal a day is for lunch. I'll eat meat, usually chicken and vegetables, salad, chicken. I usually about 300 grams myself. It may sound like a lot, but for me, it's a protein vegetable diet. The carbohydrates, the The nuts, so protein, not much carbohydrates, not much fat, vegetables, quite healthy. On the weekends, I eat a little bit more carbohydrates because I have pasta quite frequently, once or twice on the weekend. I allow myself to do that, and sometimes there's little bump ups because of that. Enjoy my wife's cooking, so I want to enjoy that on the weekend. But during the week, I'm in control of that. So that's what I do. Those are the small changes, and it works. So that's the message. This is my program. I've had to go back to it. It's helped me to really relearn my program. You can talk about it, but going back and reliving it and seeing it works, experiencing the frustration, working through it, persisting, getting through the difficult periods, making the permanent changes, seeing the weight slowly reduce, gaining the confidence, and living that program. And that's what it is. This is my program. Think about yours. Think about where you're at. Program works. This approach works. It's an approach to permanent weight loss. It works for me. Maybe it's already working for you. And this is to help you to see, yes, it really does work. So thanks for watching. Please hit the like button. Please leave a comment. The comments help the algorithm. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so. And most importantly, please share this video with someone you care about. So we'll be back. I'm also going to remake the earlier videos. I have my studio set up here now, which I like a lot. And so I'm going to reshoot those. So you'll be seeing those coming up in the coming weeks as well as new videos. So we'll be back. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.